All right, let's pull this microphone closer. Yeah, that's pretty close. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man, Lincoln Clay. We are back for a live stream of LeMans Ultimate. Was originally not planning to stream tonight. I was probably going to wait until tomorrow because, you know, it's definitely been some news this week, and I think it's pretty big, all the news. So, as you guys saw on the thumbnail, the big moment with LeMans Ultimate that I've been waiting for as both a participant and a spectator is upon us here
Miguel,
at the end of the month.
Drive said, "Hi Lincoln, chat."
Hey Miguel, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. Really appreciate it. So, at the end of the month, we are going to get our first driver swap race, and that is great news. But it is a little bit bittersweet because it is at Qatar. Out of all the tracks on LeMans Ultimate, Qatar is the one that I am the most trash at. I am absolutely trash at that track. I have minimal experience on that track. I think the only other game that I know of that has this track would be the F1 franchises. And whenever I play F1 24, 25, whatever the case may be, whenever I see Qatar, excuse me, it is a track that I normally skip over. Because I'm absolute trash at the game, at that track rather. And when it comes to F1 25, the F1 franchises, I've learned the hard way that dive bombing is just part of the game. I definitely don't like it when it comes to the GT3s, but in Formula One, real life Formula One, dive bombing is just part of racing. It's all about when you got two cars fighting it out on the straights. It's all about who's going to play chicken, and or who's going to blink last, or who's going to blink first, whatever you want to call it, and be the last one on the brakes. So, and then the Qatar track, we'll actually jump in here and do a couple of laps practice. But Qatar, another reason why I'm bad at that track, because it is primarily a flat track. There is not that much changes in elevation when it comes to that track. Changes in elevation definitely help me, especially in VR. So I'll come back to that in a second. But another thing that I wanted to talk about, because I might do a separate stream on this, but about a week ago, a YouTuber by the name of Jabbing Hero, you know, he seems like a really cool guy, and he's been brought on several times as a co-host for PSVR Without Parole, you know, with Brian Paul being the main host. He put out a video about a week ago about a SATA Corsair EVO possibly getting PSVR 2 support. And so I said, okay, let me watch this video. And in the video, I guess the Assetto Corsa EVO devs, Kunos, were asked whether the game would get PSVR 2 support. And their answer, I guess, was, we're looking into it. So what I took that as is they're waiting for an answer from Sony, and the answer is probably going to be no. Because Gran Turismo is the only AAA racing game on the PSVR 2 format. And I feel like that's by design. I feel like Sony is not letting any other AAA racing games on the format because any other racing games that would get PSVR 2 support would be a threat to the microtransactions on GT7. So that was one of the biggest reasons why I canceled my PlayStation Plus membership. It expires in January, and I had no plans to renew it until now. So the SATA, the AC EVO thing. So yes, the developers were saying that we're looking into it, and again, I took that as they're waiting for the answer from Sony, but it's probably going to be no. And then we got some huge news this week. For those of you who keep up with the sim racing landscape, you already know that AC EVO is in like early access. We also got a few other games coming this year. One of them being Rensport. It's already been in early access for God knows how long, but I think it's supposed to come to consoles in September, and it's supposed to be crossplay with PC and consoles. There was no mention of VR support. There was VR support for Rensport for a while, and it's been taken down for long story short. And no mention of it again of when we might see the VR support come back. And my assumption was, once again, this will probably be another AAA game that does not get VR support on PSVR 2. And but you never know. And then we also have Project Motor games, and that is the big one. That is coming to us from Ian Bell, who brought us the Project Cars franchises games. And they were asked on Twitter, because this game is coming November 25th. It is releasing November 25th, and it's going to be releasing on, I think, both console and PC. I can't remember whether they said it was going to be cross-play or not, but what I do know is that the VR will not be there day one. And they were asked on Twitter whether the PS5 version would get PSVR 2 support, and they basically said yes. They said that VR is planned for both PC and console version, but the console version would be coming at a later date after PC. So the game's going to release November 25th. VR support for PC will come sometime after that, and then PSVR 2 support will come sometime after that. But it has been confirmed. This is huge news to me, because I was led to believe that Sony was not going to let any AAA racing games onto the format. Sure, we've got a couple of racing games with VR Superbike, V-Rider Superbike, Exo Cars, but those are not AAA racing games. And they're not a threat to GT7. But a game like Project Motor games, yes, could be a threat to GT7. Because what's going to make this game different is the career mode. It's going to be similar to what a real life driver would go through in terms of having to pay for his own seat, covering all his own bills, entry fees, paying a crew, all that stuff. So they stand to have the biggest career mode that we've seen in a racing game yet. So for that to get PSVR 2 support is really, really huge. And it begs the question, what made Sony relent? What made Sony allow this game to have PSVR 2 support? And I think it might come down to one or two things. Maybe Sony told AAA publishers, do not put any VR support on your racing games for at least 2 years, probably because they wanted to gobble up all that microtransaction money on GT7. The other possibility is that the user base may be going down on GT7. I'm pretty sure they still have the biggest user base out of all the sim racing games out there, but there has been growing complaints with the daily races, with the cars that's been added. So maybe the user base is going down, and maybe Sony decided, okay, it's time to go ahead and open the borders and let other racing games in so they can get in and maybe, you know, we can get our little 30% off of them, whatever. So this is huge news. So that also, I think, opens up the possibility that when LeMans Ultimate comes to console, maybe that will get PSVR 2 support as well. And if that's the case, I will dive back into PSVR 2 when that time comes, because I had pretty much checked out of PSVR 2. It's not a case of the headset being bad. It's just that there's way more experiences, and in my opinion, there's way more experiences on PC, especially when it comes to sim racing games. There's a ton of games to choose from that have VR support. And I think right now, Forza Motorsports is the only current racing game on PC that doesn't have VR support. All the other ones either have VR support or VR support is planned. So yeah, with GT7 being the only racing game with PSVR 2 support, and given how I felt about that game, there was no reason for me to really remain in the PSVR 2 ecosystem, because all the other games that I have on PSVR 2, the majority of them are also on PC, and they are the superior version of those games. They look and run best. But this would be enough to bring me back into the PSVR 2 ecosystem, if you will. And Project Motor Games, there's no doubt in my mind that it will be reprojected, because it probably will be somewhat of a demanding game, and there's no way that PS5 would be able to run this game at a native 90 frames. If it does, but in any case, I'll get past the reprojection, and I plan to come back. So, all right, spent the exponential amount of time talking about that, but that was the biggest news to me. And then coming back to LeMans Ultimate, we have driver swaps again at the end of the month. This is a test race at Qatar, the worst track on the format or on the circuit, on the calendar for me. But hey, we're gonna dive in. You know, it's probably time for me to start talking to Hennes Catoni a little bit more, and us discuss which car we're going to use for this race. I think we'll probably end up going with the Ferrari, because I know he uses the Ferrari for GT3, and I can drive the Ferrari as well. But I also have the Porsche, and even as crazy as it sounds, the Corvette in the back of my mind too, because the Corvette actually is a fast car, but it's super twitchy. So yeah, I have to get in touch with him about that. So this is a huge moment for LeMans Ultimate. This is the moment that I've been waiting for with this game, and I plan to be both a participant and a spectator. I will stream our race, assuming we do this race. I will stream it, and what I plan to do is to stream it for the entire race, for the entire 6 hours. When it's my turn to stream, when it's my turn to drive, I will stream it as normal as what you guys are seeing right here. And then when I turn the car over to Catoni, what I'll do is I'll shut the game down and then boot it back up flat screen, so you guys can see him driving flat screen. So definitely mark it on your calendars. This is August 1st, August 2nd. This is going to be a huge day for LeMans Ultimate, and I'm sure all the big names that was over on ACC are going to be participating in this. So this is going to be huge. I'm definitely looking forward to it. All right, so let's go on the track and do a couple of practice laps, and then we will dive into a daily race. Whoops, didn't mean to go online.
Miguel, Drive SBAD, said, I'd like to figure out a good tune for the Corvette. I have some Corvette collectors in my family and would definitely drive one if I could afford it, LOL.
I drove a Corvette twice in my life. About 3 or 4 years ago, my brother called me I answered the phone. What's up? He says, come outside. And I came outside, and there was a white convertible 19, I think it was a 1997 Corvette convertible. It was a white with a white top. And I think it might have had a red interior. I can't remember. And he had that car for a couple of years. And of course, he let me drive it. But I didn't open the car up. I just drove it around the block a couple of times, and that thing rolled like a brick. The second time I drove a Corvette, one of my friends who was a truck driver had a Corvette, not the current body style that we're on now. So to put it in racing terms, it was like the C7 body style. Yeah, he had one of those Corvettes, and he had some custom wheels on it. And he didn't give two shits about letting people drive it. So he let my brother drive the car. My brother was like smashing it all over the place because, letting him drive a car like that was like feeding an animal that hadn't eaten in days. So he went nuts, speeding all over the place with the car. And when my brother brought the car back, I could smell the brake fluid from him smashing the brakes and shit. And then he let me drive it, and I just chilled. I just drove it slow around the corner, and I had my son in the car with me. And so that element. And then on top of that, I had the police looking at me crazy. It still happens to this day where when black people are seen driving a really nice car, people look at you like it ain't supposed to happen. And so that's what, so I had police looking at me crazy. And they were just looking at me like, yeah, hit that pedal once. They looked like they couldn't wait to try to give me a ticket. And so that element and my son being in the car with me, plus I'm just old. I don't drive fast anymore. My need for speed comes here on this game. When I drive in real life, I do not speed at all. I don't see what the purpose of it is. So yeah, so short story long, those are the two times in my life that I drove a Corvette. A couple of years ago, I was going to buy a Mustang GT, but it was going to be an old one though, like a 2008, something that I could walk in, drop $5,000 for it, and walk right back out the door. I was going to do that, but I ended up buying my Lexus instead. So while we're on the subject of
Miguel, Dad Drive S bad, said, between two of my uncles they have 7 Corvettes, a 1965, 1972, 1993, 2007, 2012, 2017, and a 2021 I believe.
Damn, 7 Corvettes? Man, that 65 Corvette is probably worth a mint. So, speaking of Corvettes, relative to this game, I have had a terrible week. We've got the daily race at Circuit de la Sarthe. And originally I was going to use my trusty Porsche, but that car does not have any straight line speed. Just about everybody was overtaking me on the straights. So I decided to try out some other cars. I fiddled around with the McLaren because I've done that before. And then I tried the Corvette and realized that that car has some straight lines.
Temperature's rising. It's now 37 Celsius.
It has straight line speed, but it is a
Miguel,
super twitchy car.
Drive S bad. Said. It's a pretty red on red small block coupe. Definitely a nice car, but nowhere near a 63 in value.
But still worth a lot, that's for certain. So this Corvette, it has straight line speed, but in the high speed corners, the car is unstable. I have spun out every single time I took that car on Circuit de la Sarthe. So I ended up having to use the McLaren because I trust that, you know, on Circuit de la Sarthe, I trust that car more. But this track right here might be an okay track to use the Corvette for that driver swap race because there isn't any corners that are fast enough that's going to make the car unsettle.
Exit's clear. Stay behind the white line. Your brakes are cold. Be careful.
Honestly speaking, I actually find this track somewhat boring. The only action that's really going to come from this track is watching all the chaos that the hypercars are going to cause. This track right here, because it's such a slow track, because this, to me, I consider it to be a slow track,
Blue flag.
because you just don't have that much straightaway to build up speed. What I'm trying to say is
Miguel,
that
Drive S bad. Said. It's cool when it turns to night and the floodlights all start going on. Other than that, I find it very boring personally.
yeah, same here. When we do that driver swap race, if they have a full day-night cycle for this race, it's going to be chaotic when nightfall comes, and you have to constantly keep your eye open for the hypercars. But you also got to watch the track too, because with this being a flat track, you're not going to see a corner until it's right up on you.
That's a new fastest lap for Hershey, 1:59.94. Blue flag. New fastest lap for Robin, 1:58.93. On your right side's clear. B13. Fastest lap for Castellacci, 1:58.11. Watch the track limits, please, Clay.
All right.
Miguel, Drive S bad. Said. What level do you set the AI to?
Yellow flag sector 2.
Let's look. Because I think I got it turned up somewhat high because AI is really weird in a lot of these sim racing games. Take Automobilista 2, for instance. There doesn't seem to be balance with the AI. The AIs are usually slow in the curves, but they're fast on the straights. So if you turn the AI down so that they'll be slow on the straights, they'll be even slower in the corners to the point where you'll rear end them because they'll suddenly put on the brakes way before they get to the corner. And with this game is here, let me back out of it. Or racing line controls, gameplay. I think I'm gonna have to back out of here so I can go to the settings and show you what I've got the AI difficulty set at.
That's the end of the session, B13.
Gameplay, racing lines, auto reverse, damage multiplier. Let's see here. AI aggression is normal and AI strength is at 100%. But yeah, I think the so whenever I do a race against the AI, it depends on the track. It depends on the car that I'm using. If it's a track that I'm not very good at and it's a car that I'm not very good at, I'm usually at the back of the pack. If it's a car that I can drive and it's a track that I'm pretty good at, I'm still like in the middle of the pack, because the AI car that's at the front is usually is turning in times that's damn near unbelievable. This starts in 17 minutes. This starts
Miguel, da drive S bad. Said. Heavy. I usually do 94 and high aggression.
I usually just use single player just to test a few things. You know, if they give us an update for the tire model, then I'll, do a few laps single player to get a feel for it. If they were to make graphical improvements, I might do a few laps of single player to have a look at that. So whenever I feel the need to practice, that might be even then, if I'm practicing to try to improve my lap times, I'll usually practice with no cars on the track, with just me. Or I'll go into a live practice session and do it there. So I'm going to do a practice session here with the Corvette. And show you guys how unstable this car is. Because I did turn in a good lap with this car. I drove scared and I still turned in a 403, which I think is a fairly decent time. But if I could have trusted the car and been more aggressive, I think I could have got into the low 402s or even the 401s. All right, and here we go. You guys about to see for yourself how unstable this car is.
Your exit's clear. Watch the white line. Your brakes are cold. Take it easy.
Car's already wiggling. I lifted and the car was already wiggling.
Sector 3 is yellow. It's just a scratch. Ignore it.
Another thing I'm finding out with this is you cannot downshift in the middle of a high-speed corner, because that's almost like locking up the wheels.
Green flag sector 3.
Right there, it wanted to become unstable. Every race I have done this week with this car on this track, I have crashed every time. I have not completed one single race this week. And when you check the leaderboard, the guy with the fastest lap did it in the Corvette. Here comes the scary part.
Like sector 3.
This is where I've been crashing at.
We think Terra has been dead.
Coming up here on the Porsche curves, this is where I've been crashing at.
Flag in sector 3. Sector 1 is yellow.
That has happened to me.
Just minor aero damage. Stay out. It's not that bad.
Every single time. And then you have this situation happening with other cars breathing down my neck, being aggressive. And you guys know how stupid people get in this game.
Miguel, drive S bad. Said. That entry into Porsche curves is on edge in so many cars at speed.
But the Corvette appears to be the worst. So the Corvette, to me, appears to be the car that has the biggest risk versus rewards. So I basically have no choice but to use the McLaren for this race. I refuse to use the BMW. I guess they nerfed the BMW a little bit. I guess I'm hearing that the BMW is a little more understeery, but it still sounds like it's the car of choice for a lot of people. Oh my God, this has been a bug too. That's really been getting on my nerves. Basically, this is a blank screen. Every time this happens, I have to close the game and then open it back up. This has really been annoying lately. And I personally think that it's been triggered by the VR. So I got to shut it off and reboot it. Not only has this been happening during practice sessions, it's been happening going into the actual race itself. And it's caused me to miss a few practices and even caused me to be late for quali. So yeah, that bug has really gotten on my nerves. I don't know if they're aware of it or not. My other PC in the bedroom, my streaming PC, I have LeMans Ultimate on that PC as well because I use it to check the schedule. Every now and then I'll plug a controller into it and do a few laps with a controller. I have absolutely no problems with that one in there because I don't do VR on it. I just, like I said, I just use it for information. Yeah, but I think that blink screen that I came across, I think that happens in VR. Now, the McLaren has proven to be a safe car, but my lap times aren't that good. I think the best I could manage was like a 405 with the McLaren, where, like I said, the one lap that I did manage to complete with the Corvette, I did a 403. But it was scared driving. I was terrified the whole time. Therefore, I was not aggressive.
That's the end of the session. P9.
I was just trying to keep the car on the track.
Okay, Clay, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
The McLaren is a little bit understeery, so I can trail brake or downshift to compensate for that, whereas the Corvette is just naturally twitchy and it will oversteer on its own.
Your brakes are cold, let's get some heat.
When it happens so quick that you don't get a chance to react to it.
Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow. Green flag in Sector 2. Green flag Sector 1.
As far as Circuit de la Sarthe goes, I'm not scared to be aggressive in this McLaren at all. But the Corvette has me terrified. But the potential is there for fast laps.
Miguel, Dad Drive S bad, said. McLaren feels like the safest mid-engine IMO.
I think the Ferrari is the safest one. Out of the mid-engine cars, the Ferrari feels the easiest and the safest to drive. I mean, it almost... Once you get used to driving the Ferrari,
Sector 3 is yellow.
It almost feels arcadey.
We can see Elliott has crashed. Incident in Sector 1, yellow flag. Sector 3 is clear, green flag. It looks like Kai has stacked it in. Dunlop chicane. Sector 1 is green.
When I first started learning to drive the McLaren, I was spinning out all over the place. And I thought, at that time, I was led to believe that the McLaren was the most unstable car. Then for a minute, I thought the Porsche was the most unstable, but right now, without a doubt, the Corvette is the most unstable car.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes. Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. We think that Oscar has crashed in Porsche curves.
Miguel, Drive S bad, said. Ferrari I think has a bug fixed setup at this track though.
Sector 1 is
I
yellow.
don't think it's usable around here ATM.
Oh, okay.
Sector 1 is clear. Green flag in Sector 3. Yellow flag. Sector 3 is clear. Yellow flag in Sector 1. Yellow flag, caution. Sector 1 is green, 7th position. Sector 2 is clear. Yellow flag in Sector 1. We think that Will has gone off in the S's. Green flag in Sector 1. Green flag in Sector 3. That's the end of the session, B6.
I had the fastest first sector though. So yeah, with the McLaren, at least back in the days when I first got serious about sim racing, I used to hate cars that understeered. You see, Corey Jason, I've seen I've raced against him before. He's fast, and as a matter of fact, he's even popped in my chat before. Right before a race to wish me good luck. So yeah, I used to hate cars that were understeery, but now, if the game has good trail braking physics, I welcome cars that are understeery. All right, the event is underway. It is time. And I guess
Miguel, Drive S bad, said. Looks like no Ferraris.
I have noticed that, but I think when I looked at the leaderboard, there's definitely a lot of BMWs. There we go. I got the blank screen again. That's the shit I was talking about. There's also another bug with LeMans Ultimate that every time the game goes through its loading screens, it makes my wheelbase go into the settings menu. So that bug needs to be addressed. Yeah, that bug is annoying. And it's gotten hot in here. But I trust the McLaren enough that I'm willing to take a few chances. And that's the big problem I got with the Corvette. I could keep it on the track if I stayed safe, but if I make any move to be aggressive, I'll end up paying for it. But yeah, with the McLaren, I feel like I can take a few chances, and if I feel the car getting wiggly, I can just simply back off. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Can't wait for this driver swap. I mean, and that's the driver swap. I've got to have a talk with Katoni and figure out how we're going to do these stints.
Its exit looks clear.
It's a 6-hour race, so naturally we're going to probably do
Brake temperatures are low. We need to get some heat into them.
about 3 hours apiece.
Miguel, Dad Drive S Bad, said, will you be watching Sao Paulo this weekend?
Oh yes, absolutely.
It'll polish out, mate. Forget about it. Incident in Sector 2, yellow flag. It looks like TJ has gone off in PlayStation chicane. Sector 2 is green. That's the end of the session, B6.
Miguel, Dad Drive S Bad, said, I'm hoping I can catch some of the race. Interlagos is easily one of my favorite tracks. WEC visits if not my favorite one.
This track right here is my all-time favorite track. The 24 Hours of Le Mans is my all-time favorite race. So when Le Mans Ultimate was announced, naturally, I was looking forward to the game, even though I hadn't seen any gameplay or anything.
Track's clear. Push, push, push.
I was looking forward to it because
minutes to get the job done.
I figured since the game is called Le Mans Ultimate, the 24 Hours of Le Mans would be the featured race of this game.
Forget about that. It'll probably just polish out. Right side's clear. P8.
If I could drive the Corvette the same way I can drive this car, I would give myself a fair chance of winning the race.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. P8. Okay, stop requested. The pit crew is ready. That's the end of the session. P8.
What did he do? I don't see any lap times up there yet. Can't be right. Right now, I got the pole, but I know that's not gonna stick. How many cars is it out there? There's still 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 more cars that can still knock me off the stool.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
That's it. I got the pole. But I'm in split 4 of 9, so there's no way I would have gotten this if I would have been in top split like I usually am. What I don't like about being on in this position right here on pole is when we cross the start-finish line and we get to turn 1, I'm going to be on the outside. And then when we go into turn 2, I think at the chicane where that Dunlop overpass is, that's where a lot of wrecks happen because that's where a lot of people are coming in dive bombing and all the cars are congested. But I have lost a lot of rank this week. I mean, I have fell all the way down to like right in the middle of bronze 3, where normally I'm always right on the edge of being silver.
Formation lap has started.
I'm not going to play any silly games like these other guys do where they speed up and slam on the brakes and shit like that because it messes up the flow of the starting grid. So I'm just keeping it with the pit limiter on. No silly games. Because I do get a little bit tired of that little gamesmanship. And I'm seeing cars stop, then I see them slam on the brakes, nearly run into each other. I see cars, take it to the apron and the runoffs to avoid hitting the car in front of them because whoever's up front's playing games, like suddenly smashing on the brakes and making other people have to react to them.
Miguel, Dat Drive S Bad, said, I like watching 24H of LeMans more than racing around this track. It's definitely the best race of the year.
Yeah.
Hole in Dan's sock, said, Jesus Christ, you're going fast as hell. Hole in Dan's sock, said, holy shit, this car boogies.
Oh yeah.
Hans Cottoni, said, hey Lincoln, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Mr. Cottoni.
Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams
said, yo.
What's good,
Hans
my guy?
Cottoni said, too bad. I'll be on vacation when the first race with the driver swap happens. Slow to Pro Sim Racing said, well done. Miguel, Dat Drive S Bad said, nice to GLHF. Slow to Pro Sim Racing said,
we got somebody get ready to try it.
That's barely a scratch, mate. Just ignore it. Yellow flag. We think Volo has gone off in Dunlop chicane.
Woo!
Green flag in sector 1. flag sector 2. We think that Calicetti has gone off. Green flag in sector 2.
I actually lost some color.
Okay, Clay, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
I'm looking at my companion app and this is looking weird.
Incident in sector 2, yellow flag. We think Diogo has gone off in Michelin chicane. Green flag, sector 2.
Well, there's the color back.
Miguel, that drive S bad, said. It looks very washed out, like barely any orange.
Well, I got the color back now.
Yellow flag in sector 3, the gap behind is now 1.5. We can see Elliott spinned it. Sector 3 is now clear. Flag. Green flag in sector 3. Yellow flag. We think that Diogo has binned it in Porsche curves. Flag, sector 3.
12.30.
Well, I had the fastest first lap.
You've had a cut warning. Keep it tidy, please, Clay. Remaining, 15 minutes to go. Keep it up, we're looking good here.
Also, I think there's a bug that makes me slip a gear sometimes.
The gap to Rosa behind is now 1.5. incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. Yellow flag in Sector 1. We think Diogo has binned it in Dunlop chicane. Sector 3 is clear. Sector 1 is now green. The gap behind is now 1.0.
Was a 4:05.82.
I had the fastest lap again.
Yellow flag, watch out. Green flag Sector 1. It looks like Elliot has crashed in Dunlop curve. Just had a warning for cutting the track.
Damn, he is closing in.
Make them do the work. Nice one, Clay. This is great. Come on, keep nailing those exits. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Half distance. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. It looks like Rodriguez has gone off.
He's closing in. He backed off.
Sector 3 is now yellow. Green flag Sector 3. We think that Diogo has stacked it.
I would have been willing to give it to him. Guy must feel sorry for me.
Miguel, that drive S bad. Said. Smart guy not trying to send it at Indy Imo.
just ignore him, he'll go away.
But
Yellow flag, sector 3.
what shocked me is that he showed me right from the start he wasn't going to try it.
Has gone off in Porsche curves.
Brian Denham said, nice racing.
Thank you.
Green flag, sector 2. Okay, Clay, you're halfway home. Got plenty of fuel. You're leading. Sector 3 is now clear. Car right. Still the clear right. Just 5 minutes till the car right. Still there. He's still there. Clear right.
Oh shit, I paid for that one. He's probably going to get away.
To Rosa ahead is now 0.9. The stewards have warned us for cutting the track. Keep it between the white lines. You've used half your fuel. Last lap, looking good for a podium. M.2. front is now 1.1. Yellow flag, sector 3. Sector 3 is green. Yellow flag. We think Elliot has gone off in Tetra Rouge.
He's
Sector
pulling
2
away.
is now green. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Track limits, watch those lines. Yellow flag, sector 1. We can see Diogo has gone off in Dunlop chicane. Green flag in sector 1.
Woo!
Yellow flag in sector 3. It looks like Oscar has gone off in Indianapolis. Green flag in sector 3.
DJ_Stevens said, "Let's go. First endurance of the year."
No, not today. This doesn't happen until August 1st or 2nd.
Well done, Clay. Great drive. That's a podium. Okay, pit stop requested.
Good race, guy.
Hans Cottoni said, "Good race."
That's actually heartbreaking, being that I led most of the race. But this should get me a lot of rank because
DJ_Stevens said, "I thought it was today."
Nope. August 1st. August 1st and 2nd. And unfortunately, I won't be able to participate in that race because my teammate won't be in town. So we'll have to plan for the next one. But it's still cool because I can still be a spectator. I can't wait to see people like Big Printa, who else? Tortellini, UCOG. Jardier said he won't be able to take part in it because he'll be out of town himself. But there's still going to be a lot of big name sim racers that's going to take part in this race, and I can't wait to see it. All right, I can do this one more time. We'll have to go with the McLaren again. I just cannot trust the Corvette. Now let's go back and check, see what we got for rank.
DJ_Stevens said, probably cryptic as well. DJ_Stevens said, UK dude.
Yeah, yep. Damn, I've even lost some safety rank from all this shit lately. So I got 8.4%. Not as much as I had hoped, but not bad either. And I'm getting hungry. Hopefully I'll be able to get into this session and it won't take me to that blank screen. All right, we made it.
Hans Cottoni said, what's happened with your rank?
Oh, so this particular race right here, Katoni, offline, you know, off of YouTube, I've participated in about 5 of these races trying to use that unstable Corvette, and I've crashed every single time and ended up having to retire from every single race. One of them, I hit the wall so hard I lost the wheel. And
Just
that
2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
So I have lost a lot of rank this week because of that. And I was being hard-headed, trying to learn the Corvette because the Corvette's got good straight line speed. If you can master that Corvette, you can pretty much give yourself a good chance to win this race. But I decided to finally get it through my damn thick ass skull and go back to the car that I know has been a safe pick for me. So I'll be right back.
DJ_Stevens said, man, the driver rating really doesn't move. Think I need about 15% more after winning that Super 60 race.
Well, if you participate in the intermediate and the advanced races,
Hans Cottoni,
they give you more of a payout.
said, oh no, Dan. Yeah, DJ, if you want a bigger payout,
You have to participate in like
That's the end of the session.
like
15th place.
the intermediate races and the races that's like 60 minutes, that kind of stuff. Because
DJ_Stevens said, yeah, it's a 3x multiplier.
Yeah, those kind of races will get you paid out. Oh, I didn't even look to see what split I'm in. Now, that race where I just finished second, I probably could have been a little bit more aggressive, but I was just being safe.
Intake 6 clear, push. We have 4 minutes to set a lap. Your brakes are cold, we need to get some heat into them.
DJ_Stevens said, yeah, definitely gonna start doing the hour races if enough people sign up. Lately there's been less than 8 drivers, which isn't fun.
Most of the drivers on this game are in the UK, so you gotta jump on there during UK primetime hours. So I'm on Eastern time. So right now it's 10 o'clock. Now those multi-class races, hour-long races and stuff like that, for me the best time to catch them is like 8, 9 in the morning, because that's like early afternoon in the UK, and that's when a lot of people are on.
Right side's clear. Clear right. That's 2 minutes left, 2 minutes.
DJ_Stevens said, okay, I'll have to try that. The viewership on Twitch is popping late at night our time. I'll have to try both time slots and compare.
All right.
Got a tiny bit of bodywork damage there, just ignore it. acknowledged. Pit stop requested. Pit crew is ready. That's the end of the session. P10. Left side, clear left. Clear right.
DJ_Stevens said, game is a lot better after they fixed the tire update.
Well, after that tire update, all the cars work out for me except the Corvette.
DJ_Stevens said, I can drive the Porsche now, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I think the Porsche is fairly safe now. All right. I hope that holds up. Like I said, if I could drive the Corvette the same way I drive this car, I could get into the 402s. So right now, it's a situation of I've qualified 4th and I'm ranked 8th. So we can still pick up a significant amount of rank if we can get on the podium. Oh, let me change tires, by the way.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
I totally forgot about that last time. All right. Damn, I see 4 McLarens in here. Surprise. I'm gonna watch that Porsche Ajar. I'm gonna see what his lap times are, and if he's in the 402s, he might force my hand and force me to try to go back to the Porsche. The Porsche takes curves a little bit better than the McLaren, but it doesn't have very good straight line speed. All I need to do is survive turn 1, and I think I've got enough pace that I'll be able to get away from everybody in behind me.
Miguel, Da Drive S Bad, said. GLHF.
I'll do my best. Thank you, Miguel. After this race, I'll show you a couple of the cars that Hanez Katoni designed for me. Take you to the showroom and show you those cars.
Green flag.
Go, go, go.
Green flag.
Damn, he trying it already.
Clear left.
Damn, he did it.
Exit line, clear left. Clear left. Looks like the leader's binned it in. Unlock chicane. Green flag, sector 1. Well done, Clay. Good start.
Miguel, Da Drive S Bad, said. Spoke too soon, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Well, at the moment, I survived it,
Looks
and
like Paolo and Art have spun off.
I'm in the lead.
Flag in sector 2.
But that Mustang is scaring me.
Yellow flag, sector 2. We think Holland and Montgomery have spun off in PlayStation chicane. Green flag, sector 2.
I had a couple of idiot dive bombers. I don't know what that was all about.
Yellow flag. spun off. Green flag, sector 2. The gap to P2 behind is now 0.8. Yellow flag. Sector 3 is clear, green flag. Sector 3 is yellow. It looks like Lawrence has stepped it in. Porsche curves. Sector 3 is now clear. You're taking a tiny bit of bodywork damage, but you won't feel it.
That time was a 4:12.
You're in the lead.
Fastest lap again.
The gap behind is now 1.6. Stay between the lines, please, Clay. Sector 3 is yellow. Green flag in Sector 3. We think Art has gone off in Porsche curves. LeMans, stay on it. 15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
Miguel, Dad drive S bad. Said. I bet the Mustang sucks through Porsche curves. Car is prone to snap oversteer in fast sweepers.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yellow flag in Sector 3. We think that Fleming has spun off.
flag, sector 3. The gap behind is now 2.1. Yellow flag, watch out. We think Fleming has binned it in Porsche Kurtz. Green flag in sector 3.
That time was a 4:05.88.
The guy behind has just done a 4:06.5 seconds.
What the fuck?
Hans Kotoning said, "Looks good. Keep going."
My headset went off center for a second.
Yellow flag. We can see Lucas has crashed in Dunlop chicane. Herman behind is increasing. It's now 2.3 seconds. Okay, Clay, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Awesome stuff, mate. Keep it going. We're at the halfway point.
Somebody's got a drive-through they haven't served yet.
Sector 1 is green. We'll be warned about track limits. The gap behind is now 2.6 seconds. Yellow flag. It looks like D has gone off in Porsche curves. Green flag sector 3. You're halfway home. Your fuel is fine. Gap to Herman behind is now 3.0 seconds. That's 5 minutes remaining. We can win this. All right, Clay, run out of track limits. Keep it between the lines. P2 is reeling you in. The gap's now 2.6 seconds. That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel. One more lap to go. Stay focused. Fastest lap for Diogo 4:05.3 seconds. gap to Herman behind is now 3.1 seconds. Yellow flag, caution. We think Jose has gone off in Tetra Rouge. Sector 2 is now green.
Miguel, Drive S bad. Said. I hope I can try this game in VR sometime, looks very immersive.
It is. It's more than immersive, it's also informative. You can judge corners better too. I honestly think that once you try VR and you spend enough time in it, you won't go back.
Incident Sector 3, yellow flag. We can see Niklaus has crashed. Sector 3 is clear, green flag. Yellow flag, Sector 3. Sector 3 is clear. Acknowledged, pit stop requested. Well done, Clay. Great win, you deserved that today.
Well, I got gifted that win, but I'll tell you, forever and a day since I won a race. That huge wreck at turn at the chicane where the Dunlop overhead is.
Miguel, Drive S bad. Said. GG, well judged at T1 and held it down.
Thank you so much. Ooh! Ooh! Lost it. Hey, where's he at? He's limping across the finish line. Or did he even? Nope, he's not even trying to cross the finish line. Oh, he lost the wing. All right, everybody's accounted for. Let's see what we got for rank. There we go with that crap again. That's another bug that's been coming up where sometimes you can't go online and you got to accept the terms of service. I do not know why they make this do this. You must accept the privacy and competition rules. I think I'm going to have to shut the game down and then start it up again. I mean, I got to work in the morning, so for the most part, I'm done racing. I just want to see how much rank I got from that race. Yeah, that's been a bug lately too. We got the win. Let's see what we got for rank.
Miguel, da drive S bad. Said. I just restart the game when that happens.
Yeah, I see I had to do that. And look at that. I won the race and I still didn't get that much rank. I still got a ways to go. I still got a ways to go to get back to silver. Look at this shit. Damn. Oh, well. And the thing about it is that I won that race and I only got 8.2%. And the last race, I got 8.4%. But all the disastrous shit that's been happening to me this week, every time I wrecked and didn't finish a race, I lost like 14%. So it's probably going to take the whole weekend of these kind of results for me to get back to silver. But I definitely got to get faster because when I get back to top split, these 405s aren't going to cut it. When I get back to top split, I'm going to have to get into the 402s and the 401s. So let's look at the leaderboard. So look at that right there. The fastest guy did it. Oh, the two fastest cars are Corvettes. And then it's all BMWs from there. Carl Eastwood, I've seen him before. I mean, I haven't raced against him, but I've seen him race against other big name YouTubers. Tinko Vandervelde, I mean, I've never seen him race before, but I've seen his name on several of occasions.
Miguel, Dad Drive S bad. Said 358 is mental.
Yeah, that's crazy. 358.5. And look at me, my fastest lap is a 405.6. But I did do once again, I did do a 403 with the Corvette. I can't get it out of I'm being a glutton for punishment. I want to get back into that Corvette. Oh, excuse me. All right, I'll do a lap or two before I wrap it up, because I feel like I gotta find a way to figure this car out, because I feel like this is the car that I need. Once I get back to top split, this is going to be the car that I need.
Track temps are increasing. Air temperature is now 29. The track temperature is now 43 Celsius. The pit exit is clear. We need to get some heat into these brakes.
Miguel, Dad Drive S bad. Said, have you tried half TC, same power cut, and max slip angle in it?
Yellow flag.
In most cases with me, once the tires warm up, I damn near turn TC off. At least with all the other cars. This one, I haven't figured it out yet. All right, let's go.
Sector 1 is now green.
That back end coming loose already. And the tires seem to take forever to warm up with this Corvette too.
Tiny bit of aero damage, just ignore it.
I can make it past these Porsche curves.
Five. fastest lap for Roda, 4:00.5. That's a new fastest lap for John, 3:59.7. Two laps of fuel remaining. Sector 3 is 3.0 off the pace. That's 20 minutes to go. Sector 1, yellow flag.
So 404.5. I think the traction control kept me safe, but I think I can be faster with it turned all the way down. But like I said, that's the risk of the car crashing.
That's the end of the session. 6th place.
I'll keep practicing. Hey, but I think the keeping the traction control at 4 seems to be safe. The car didn't feel like it was going to snap loose, but I was still scared. I still didn't put the hammer down because I was still scared it was going to snap on me. But I'll get some more practice in tomorrow. And you know, I kind of want to stream tomorrow and go back into that topic about Project Motor games and possibly AC Evo coming to PSVR 2. I just don't feel like using GT7 for the backdrop, but I think
Miguel,
it would be the
Dad
appropriate.
Drive S bad. Said. Try increasing slip angle but keeping DC at 4 IMO, that gives more safety in the fast sweepers.
Okay, I'll give that a shot tomorrow. I got to get ready for bed here because I got to work in the morning, but I'm only working 4 hours tomorrow. So I'll definitely have some time to come home and practice before I pick up my son. And then, yeah, I definitely want to stream again tomorrow, but I don't know if I'll be doing another race or if I'll be hopping over to GT7. And if I'm hopping over to GT7, it won't be to race. It'll be to talk about Sony finally letting some other AAA racing games onto their damn platform. Because for a while, it seemed like they just didn't want to share the PSVR 2 with other AAA sims. So yeah, that'll be something I want to dive back into. But that's going to do it for me. Thanks for watching. Really good night of racing, even though I was in there with lower competition. I'm normally I'm in the top 2 splits, but all the wrecks that I had this week was disastrous and knocked me all the way down to split 4. So there's no doubt in my mind that I could at least get back to split 2. But when that happens, I need to be faster because these 405s are not going to cut it. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. You all have a good night, and you all know the line. Until the next time, Wakanda forever, long live the king, and deuces. We'll see you, everybody. Have a good one.
Miguel, Dad Drive S bad. said. Take care, have a good night.